Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to learn the card trick performed by Shin Lim on America Got Talent show. So let's get into the performance of card trick. Shin Lim had 3 spectators, 1, 2 and 3. Then he shuffled the deck of cards and asked the spectator 1 to say stop whenever he likes. Suppose the spectator stops at this card, remember this card. Then he divides the deck of cards into 4 piles. And the spectators are allowed to make sure that all the piles roughly contains equal number of cards. So as I don't have spectator, I will make sure myself that all the piles contain equal number of cards. So keep this in mind that spectators are allowed to make sure that all the piles contain roughly equal number of cards. Now he turned over all the piles and asked the spectator to point to any pile. Suppose the spectator 1 points to this pile. Suppose the spectator 2 points to this pile. And suppose the third spectator points to this pile. Now the fourth pile will be the magician's pile. Then he places the top card of his pile at the table and shuffle the rest cards and places the rest cards on top in whatever order he liked, and he asked the spectators to repeat what he has done. But as I don't have any spectator, I will do the same with all the spectators piles, just like this. Now these cards are randomly shuffled. As you can see that all the cards are randomly shuffled and placed. Once all the piles are shuffled, he asks the spectator to burn the top card of their pile. Later he asks the spectator to burn not only the top card of the pile, rather as many cards from the top as they like. Suppose Shin Lim burned these many cards, and similarly all the spectators burned as many cards as they like from the top, as you can see here. And then he counted his cards and asked the spectator to do the same. Now as you can see that almost 50% of the cards are burned by the spectator and the magician. So there is high probability that the card that spectator selected at first is in these burnt cards. Remember, the card was first selected by the spectator number 1. What if the card is in his pile? And what if it is at the top of his pile? So see the card. Was it this? The 10 of clubs? Wait. As you know, the best hand in poker is 4 of a kind. Check the top cards of all the piles. This is 10 of hearts, this is 10 of spades, and this is 10 of diamonds. So this was a trick. Now let's get to the reveal part of the trick. So first of all, the first part of the trick is to force a card on the spectator. So for that I have already made a video on forcing a card. Do watch it. However, in this performance I have forced a card with a different method. So here you have to peek at the last card, which in this case is the ace of clubs, and now you have to slide the cards from top and ask the spectator to say stop wherever he likes. Suppose the spectator stops at this card and it is the ace of clubs. So keep this in mind that it doesn't matter wherever the spectator says stop, you always have to show him the last card, which in this case is the ace of clubs. So this is a very easy force which is performed by many professional magicians. So now you just have to divide the deck of the card into 4 piles on the basis of forced card, which in this case was ace of clubs. So you have to find the 4 aces in the deck. Every pile will contain ace at the bottom. Now see, all of these piles have ace at the bottom. At this point, you may ask the spectator to make sure that all the piles contain equal number of cards. So now the spectator is allowed to make sure that all the piles contain equal number of cards, because this will not change the desired order, which is just that the aces should be at the top of the deck. So see, this is the ace of clubs which you have forced on spectator, and other 3 piles also contain aces at the top. Now you just have to force this pile on spectator 1 who first selected the card, which was ace of clubs. So you can do it in any manner you like. After giving the spectators their desired piles, you have to ask them to follow you. So place the top card at the table. So what you are actually doing is you are placing the ace at the table. Then you can shuffle the remaining cards and put them on top and ask the spectator to do the same. So they will also shuffle the rest of the cards and place it on the top of their card. So notice what actually happened is that you have just transferred the aces which were on top of the piles now to the bottom of the piles. See, like this. Now you have to ask the spectator to burn the top card. Rather, they can burn as many cards from top as they like. Of course, they cannot burn all the cards. Suppose the magician burns these many cards and spectators burn these many cards. There is high probability that the selected card is among these burned cards. Now count the cards one by one like this. So what are you doing actually is that you are transferring the aces which were at the bottom of the piles to the top of the piles like this. So spectators will also do this, and what actually happens is the aces will come at the top of the piles. So now you just have to tell them that what if the card is at the top of their pile like this, and then tell them that the best poker hand is the 4 of a kind and show them the top card of all the piles. So this is the trick.